So this is pretty boring stuff if you're watching this. You know, it's just a matter of following instructions, which I'm pretty good at for some reason. You know, you just kind of step by step, even the most annoying things. You know, if there's 1,000 steps, you don't get overwhelmed by the number 1,000. You basically chunk it down into manageable sections, you know, like just do the first 10 and then take a break. So there's a little trick to installing these. Okay, there is an adhesive tape on the inside that you should remove the film, but what I'm going to do first is just get it fitted in like a rough area just to see where it's going to work. And there is a little trick to this to get this on. So what you want to do is this rigid edge, you want to put it on the inside against your fork first, then put the other component on, and then slide it up to get it in place, just like that. Okay, if you try to, you don't want to bend this rigid part because then it won't have a solid connection. So that's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. So just, that's a tip. You're welcome. Another tip. Okay, so when you're trying to screw these things together, obviously watch your headlight so you don't scratch it, but you want to make sure that these two pieces are in line first before you start trying to thread it, because if you have it crooked, you're gonna what's it called, you're going to cross thread it, I guess. So you want to make sure that these are straight on first and then start tightening so you don't screw up the threads. Okay, so that's just a little quick tip for you, and I'm going to continue on here and get this sucker on. I have the mounting points on the motorcycle now, but they're just really on there loosely. I haven't removed the tape at all on the back side because I don't have these in the right position yet. What you kind of have to do first, from what I can see, is measure the distance between, measure the distance between the holes, which appears to be approximately, I would say, like from the middle point to the other middle point, 3 inches. So these should be roughly 3 inches apart, which they are, and 1 inch from the top. So I'm just going to do the same on both sides. Sorry, I'm not, being steady with the camera because I'm just kind of doing everything all at once because I'm like that. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to measure it out and then put it on. So I just wanted to show everybody this part here. So the bracket has this locking clip, which this down position means it's locked. Okay, so that's a key thing to make sure that it's not open like that. It has to be closed and locked so it doesn't move on you. So I have it in a pretty good position now. What I'm going to do is I have to tighten these bolts because you want everything kind of loose, but not so loose that it's falling, but loose enough that you can manipulate it to get your Batwing fairing on from Memphis Shades. It's really good. The product seems like a solid product. There is minor damage that I noticed in shipping, but I am going to mention that to Fortnite and maybe they'll give me an in-store credit. Okay, so my assumption yesterday was I was going to have to move the turning signals just based on a YouTube video I watched about the installation of this product, but the video is quite old, so Memphis Shades obviously has made some modifications to the Batwing fairing for the M50, and it's super easy. Well, it's not super easy, it does take time and micro adjustments here and there, but this is where I'm at so far. I know it's a little dark, but I got it on. I still have to tighten bolts down and stuff like that, so I'm still probably an hour away from being able to ride the motorcycle with the fairing on it just to test it out. And I do have a future plan for the Batwing fairing itself. So what I'm going to do is kind of like those old fighter, like World War II fighter planes. I'm going to put that like teeth and like an eyeball up here, just to make it stand out and make it like totally custom. And I do have an appointment on Monday at Bad Dog. They just emailed me back, and that's getting installed on the motorcycle as well. Oh my gosh, this bike is going to be so sick. I am just so happy. It's hard to control myself. I know I don't sound excited, but in my brain, I'm just freaking out. Anyways, this is such a huge improvement to how the bike's going to look, and the fact that, you know, you make a plan and you just kind of follow your plan, and when it works out, it works out really well. And I'm not celebrating yet because there's still lots to do. I just finished installing the Memphis Shades Batwing Fairing with a 6.5-inch windscreen. Didn't have to relocate the blinker or the turn signals, as you can see. The YouTube video I watched was pretty old, so I guess Memphis Shades made some major improvements to the design, and I love it. I love the look. It matches like the whole bike now. Next step, getting that installed on Monday. It's going to be sick. This bike is going to look so good. I am just beyond happy, really excited. I just can't tell you how excited I am right now. Just trying to control myself. Anyways, my dad gave me this motorcycle. He said, just do something cool with it. And that's what I'm doing. I finally was able to figure out what I wanted to do and do it properly, and just have a good idea of how to proceed, and that's what I'm doing. And in spring of 2025, I'm getting like the World War II fighter jet kind of graphic here with like the teeth and eyeballs, like red, white, black up here. So this motorcycle is just going to be like something to look at when it's done. And if I can do it, you could do it.